Hey, how's it going? I hope you all are doing well today. Thank you for joining me, those of you who have joined and will join throughout the hour, of course. Yeah, I hope everybody is doing well. I think I already said that. Yes, the middle of July already. Can you believe it? That's just doesn't seem possible. But yeah, I do have a few topics to talk about for a change. I'm not going to just wing it and talk about nonsense and nothing in particular. Wrote down a couple quick little topics to talk about. They won't take up the entire hour, but yes, hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, this will be the last. I don't know if it'll be the last lunchtime live stream of the summer, but it will be the last for at least a few weeks, probably at least a month. I don't want you guys to overdose on lunchtime with Tom. A very real hazard, honestly. But yes, I hope you don't mind my lack of personal grooming. Personal hygiene is something I am very strict on. Let's be clear about that. Personal grooming, well, sometimes I just don't give a crap what I look like, especially when I'm working at home all day and nobody else sees me except for maybe this little hour. So I figure I'm not repulsive enough that you're going to turn off the live stream. Unless, well, anyway. So yeah, I haven't shaved in about 4 or 5 days, and I did not do up my hair today because I figured, what's the point? Not that I don't appreciate you guys, of course. Let's be clear about that. I mean, I love you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in and putting up with my shenanigans. But yeah, we have a turkey and cheese sandwich, enlarged to show texture, with Lay's potato chips. I'm shaking things up. Yes, Ruffles be damned. Okay, no, I still like Ruffles, but yeah, just hey, got to change things up a little bit every once in a while. So yes, hope everybody's summer is going well. Allow me to take a bite of my sandwich first. I'll give you a hint as to what kind of cheese is on the sandwich. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's a bad joke. Extra points for those of you who get the joke and who could actually make out what I was singing. This is why I do not sing professionally. But yes, I have been doing well. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is a fantastic music-related documentary series I have been watching on Netflix lately. It's freaking amazing. It's called This Is Pop, and it talks about pop, pop music, but also how other genres have related to it over the years. There was an episode that was on we watched a few days ago about how country and pop have intersected, which is very interesting. That one was actually hosted by Orville Peck. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So yes, he's Anna, how you doing? So yes, it's been a very, very fun series. It's a Netflix series called This Is Pop, and if you just tuned in and missed that. And I don't know how many episodes it is, but each episode is done a little bit differently, so it's not like it's the same, it makes it interesting to watch. It's not like the same format of every episode. Every episode has a little bit of its own feel. The one I just watched last night was about Britpop, which I've always thought was a slightly misleading name, Britpop, because I've always felt Britpop has always been more rock than pop. But anyway, very split hair sort of thing. But yeah, and one episode talked about Boys to Men and how they kind of got the ball rolling on R&B being injected into pop music. That was really interesting. And pretty much every episode that I've watched, I've learned something that I didn't know before. So, and they also had an entire episode dedicated to auto-tune. Yay. And truth be told, though, I've kind of been thinking about, they centered the episode on, emphasized the auto-tune thing on a rapper who's put out an album that was all auto-tune. I can't remember what his name was, but the album was called Rappaturnt Sanga. I could probably look it up. I've got the internet right here. is T-Pain. So, and I've actually been, you guys are going to think I'm weird for this, but I'm actually thinking about checking out T-Pain's album, that album, Rap It Turn Singer. And in case you were not kidding, the documentary series is called This Is Pop. So, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the rest of the episodes. I've only watched 4 or 5 episodes. So yeah, very fun show. I highly recommend it for any music fan out there. So yeah, other than that, I am sitting tight waiting for a couple of new releases this Friday. Bare Naked Ladies are coming out with their new album, Detour de Force. Gotta love the album title. And of course, John Mayer with his album Sob Rock. I gotta say, I'm a John Mayer fan. Not a huge John Mayer fan, but I actually don't yet have his most recent album, Search for Everything. Although I actually have, I did put in a special order for it at House of Records, so it should be in by Friday, the same time I pick up Sob Rock. So my sister really liked John Mayer, so that's one reason why I've kind of been enjoying him, taken a liking to him. Saw him in concert when he was on tour with Sheryl Crow back in 2006, I think it was, and I didn't really respect what an amazing guitar player he was until I saw him live there. So he is a wicked guitarist, gotta say. So yeah, those 2 albums. I didn't see anything else on the new releases list for this week that I was particularly interested in. But also, hopefully this Friday, I will be dropping my next video. I plan to drop videos every 5 days through the end of the month. So, yay content. And I'm going to have a few. I've actually got 2 3/4. I'm almost done editing the 3rd one that I have on reserve for you guys. Plan to record 2 more this weekend. So that should set me up for all the way through the end of the month, because, hint, hint, I won't be here the end of this month. I'll be gone for almost 2 weeks. So I plan to have a bunch of stuff ready to drop for you guys while I'm away. So you won't even notice that I'm gone. So yeah, fun times ahead. A couple of new features, I think, my second episode of Rescue Records is coming up. That's not a new feature, but one kind of a new recurring thing that I'd been planning to do since I started my channel way back when, just never got around to it. So continue eating. Pardon me. I listen to rap. Not really, no. I could count the number of rap CDs I have on one hand, really. I've delved a little bit into hip hop, but not a whole lot. But hey, I'm not afraid to listen to anything. But the fact that, what's got me interested about T-Pain, though, is that he, using the auto-tune, he kind of sings more than he raps. I would assume, judging from the clips that I heard on this show. So that's why I'm kind of interested in maybe checking him out. Maybe on my vacation, while if I find that CD for a decent price, maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows? I plan to do plenty of record shopping on my vacation. Big surprise! I'm sure you're shocked, right? So yeah. Oh, sorry you couldn't stick around, Anna. Take care. Hope to see you in the next one, whenever that is. So yeah, things are doing okay. I woke up in a really bad mood this morning. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I was seriously considering bailing on this live stream. But in the past, when I've done a live stream, you guys have cheered me up. So I decided to. I knew this was going to happen while I was. Hang on just a second. The breeze has started picking up, and I've got these blinds right here, and they start flapping against each other when the breeze comes through, so I had to open it up. I had a feeling it was going to happen while I was doing this, and I didn't open them up beforehand, so yay planning. So, yeah, and what was I saying? I have absolutely no idea. That's my memory for you. I was saying something, I just completely went out the window for me. Maybe another bite of my sandwich will make me remember what I was saying. But anyway, as I talked about John Mayer and Bare Naked Ladies, and this is Pop, and excuse me, one other slightly larger topic that I was going to talk about here. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was I was just saying a minute ago, but I cannot remember. Anyway, the vinyl community. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. I thought about doing this as a regular video, but I wasn't sure. I've got a couple other discussion videos in mind that I'm writing out notes for as we speak. Well, not literally as we speak, I'm doing this, but notes are in progress on those videos. Let's put it that way. But yeah, vinyl community. I figured it was something that I could address here in an informal setting on a live stream rather than in a standalone video. I have started to subscribe to more and more channels that are in the vinyl community, and it's been interesting. It's been fun, and I don't consider myself, though, a member of the vinyl community. It's kind of weird. I mean, I probably, there's no like formal membership or anything like that, obviously. It's a very loosely defined organization, but it's kind of fun. And a couple of the reasons why I don't really consider myself a member of the vinyl community is I don't really participate in it as much as a lot of other people do. A lot of the threads that I see, they are vinyl threads. One person brings up a topic and makes a video of it and suggests that other members of the vinyl community make videos of their own responses to that thread, and so it kind of circulates, goes around, and this is basically probably a video version of a Reddit subreddit or something, who knows. And there are also contests, people for contests for a number of subscribers that they've had, and they give away records or CDs for that, and those are kind of fun as well. And then there's another one that's another thing that a lot of members of the VC do, that is reading my notes, they exchange VCLT, which is short for Vinyl Community Love Train. Basically, that is records, usually records, sometimes CDs, that they just send each other, not with any expectation of getting anything in return, just send each other stuff. And it's kind of like it's sort of, sharing the love, spreading the love, and they eventually all send each other stuff, I would assume, those people in their own little circles. And I have only done that once, did it recently with a member of the VC, Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed, and I think I mentioned that in a recent video. And that's a lot of fun. And yeah, as usual, I don't necessarily expect anything back. It was just stuff that I thought he would enjoy and decided to send to him. But yeah, I don't do really any of those three things, ironically enough. It's not that I don't like the vinyl community. I certainly do. It's just, it's always kind of been my nature that I've always been sort of a solitary person. I don't do a lot of interacting. I know it's probably in the YouTube world that might be a detriment to getting subscribers and stuff. And I've always said that I don't do this to get subscribers. I just do it for the fun of it, my YouTubing. So, but still, be that as it may, it's fun watching the videos, although I tend to not watch most of the thread videos or the contest videos. And it's kind of been, in general, I found lately that I've been a little bit not watching as much YouTube lately as I had been in the past. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just a lull in my YouTube interest of late. I don't know. It's not that I don't like the YouTube channels I'm subscribed to. I certainly do. It's just, so I think it's just that I've been, in a bit of a lull, and I was kind of almost started losing interest again in my own YouTubing. But yeah, I've gotten some mojo back. I've been cranking out some content, getting ready to disperse it, time-released content, doing a little bit at a time here. So yeah, that's kind of it. What I was going to talk about with regard to the vinyl community. And as usual, anybody out there who has any questions, lay them on me in the live chat if you're here right now, or in the comments section. Please ask away. Get questions, comments, and stuff. Constructive criticisms, as I always say. So yeah, I'm 15 minutes in and I've hardly eaten any of my lunch. So excuse me. So is anybody else anticipating new releases either this week or in the next few weeks? Anything that I might be missing that I might not know about? I dropped a chip on the floor. That's one of the saddest things in the world. It's when food you like ends up on the floor so you can't eat it. So, the weather has been rather nice here lately. It's been we had a vicious heat wave a few weeks ago, but yeah, temperatures this week are back down to seasonal averages, which is nice. Although yes, you've probably heard on the news the wildfire situation in Oregon is pretty intense right now. Not as intense as it was around Labor Day weekend, when we had 3 big fires in the state, and they all happened to me about 20 or 30 miles directly east of the 3 largest cities in Oregon. And that's always seemed way too coincidental for me. So I don't know if they ever found out, but I have a feeling that those 3 big fires from last year were deliberately set. Well, of course, most wildfires end up being human caused. So, but anyway, enough of that. But yeah, the largest fire in the country currently is in Oregon. So we have that glamorous distinction. But yeah, none of family or friends that I know of are in danger yet. So that's a good thing, obviously. So, but yeah, it's kind of biding my time. I've mentioned before that summer is pretty much my least favorite season. It's nice to be able to wear T-shirts, and I am not much of a shorts wearer, but when you can wear shorts, it's nice when you don't have to bundle up. But at the same time, but then there's something nice about the thought about bundling up underneath the blanket, So that's one reason why I really like winter. So anyway, yeah, that's the weather update. So how is everybody else doing? Looks like everybody at this time was busy, unfortunately. So I don't have a lot of real-time viewers right now, but hope you guys are tuning in for the exciting, action-packed replay. Yeah, I've exhausted my topics 20 minutes into the live stream. That's I should have paced myself more. Also, in terms of upcoming videos, little spoiler alert or inside secret, I guess you'd say. I don't know. I'm just making up words at this point. I finished my backtracks listening, so I plan to record my backtracks video for August this weekend, just because I'm going to be gone at the beginning of the month, so I want to get it out there and up there. But I am being real with you guys. I have listened to all the CDs, so it's not like I'm cribbing and making up stuff as I do the videos. So I still have to decide what the Spotlight bargain CD is that I'm going to listen to and talk about. So if you have any suggestions of mundane bargain basement CDs that you see everywhere that I might have in my collection that you would like to know about, let me know. So yes, and after my vacation, I plan to introduce another new feature. It's probably not going to be regular, as is the case with this other new feature that I'm about to drop on you guys. It's not going to be every month, or every other month. It's going to be whenever I'm in the mood for it. So, yeah, I've also started thinking about what I'm going to do with the first of next year, since I won't have, at least theoretically, I won't have Bargain Bag to do anymore. I might end up reducing my output overall. I don't know. It's just a completely, I'm just kind of spitballing here right now. So but we'll see. And as you can see, my Discogs sale, my Discogs account has been doing okay. I sell on average 1 or 2 CDs a week. There's some CDs where I sell like 4 or 5 CDs in 1 week, and then I go 2 or 3 weeks without selling any. So it's interesting to see how that ebbs and flows. But I have certainly, yay crumbs, but I have certainly sold more CDs off of Discogs than I ever thought I would. That's for sure. I thought I had a bunch of uninteresting junk, but enjoy the mundane silence of Lunchtime with Tom. What else can I talk about? I have absolutely no idea. Listened to a couple of streams recently that a friend recommended. Confetti by Little Mix. This friend is a Little Mix fan, and I was so almost heartbroken to tell them what I thought of the album, because I just thought there was one song on it that I thought was good, and the rest just didn't interest me. I mean, they are very talented singers. I will put that up right there. Some of the most talented singers I have ever heard in girl group pop. Unfortunately, though, that is probably my least favorite subgenre of pop, is contemporary girl group pop. Sorry, nothing, not for any particular reason against them. It just happens to be a subgenre that has never really grabbed me. So, excuse me. And I did listen to Demi Lovato's latest album, Deal with the Devil, or Dancing with the Devil. I can't remember. I just have DWTD in my notes, so I can't remember what that stands for. But that was actually really good. And I hadn't realized until, actually it was in an episode of This Is Pop, that they showed a clip of Demi Lovato's song Stone Cold. And it was at that point that I realized what a great singer she is. And so I'm thinking about delving more into her. Because yeah, she just kind of blew me away with that song Stone Cold. It's fantastic. So, and that episode actually had to do with, it was called the Stockholm Syndrome, and what it deals with is the Swedish influence on American pop music. It goes all the way back to ABBA, of course, in the 70s, and kind of goes the daisy chain of all the current singers or songwriters and producers that are influencing American pop music. Very interesting. And again, with all the other episodes, in that episode, I learned stuff that I didn't know about before. Very interesting and informative series. And there's another guy out there that you ought to maybe take a listen to. I like his stuff. His name is Craig, and it's stylized CRVIG. And he's just a singer-songwriter. Does mostly kind of electronic type of stuff. It's really good. Very, very kind of moody and dimensional and stuff. So I recommend checking him out. CRVIG, Craig. Also happens to be a YouTuber. It's almost gone. So what else can I talk about? Oh, our cats are doing okay. Frank and Zot, our cats. Zot is very timid and he's got some neurological issues. We're thinking. I mean, what I think when I see him walk, it's almost like, how there's the big, horse or cow costumes that have, one person in the front and one person in the back. When Zot walks, it's kind of like it's two people in a little teeny tiny cat suit. So it's like his body kind of flops around. And so when I see him walk and other behavior, I start thinking of maybe some kind of feline form of cerebral palsy. Because the shelter that we got them from wasn't quite sure what exactly was Zot's issue. And so I'm just kind of wondering, if there's a feline equivalent to a human disorder that might explain. But yeah, I'm, cerebral palsy maybe. But but otherwise, I mean, he's just so darn lovable. He's just, he looks up at you, and he has tremors in his neck and head and legs sometimes. But I mean, he looks up at you like with a slightly squinty eye and slightly twitchy head, and your heart goes out to the poor little guy. I mean, he is just so darn cute and so lovable. Except he does, and I think he might be deaf in one ear, because I make noises at him, from behind, and he looks, he looks around here and here. He doesn't look behind him to see that that's where I am. So he's thinking the sound is coming from in front of him or to the side, but not behind. So I'm kind of thinking that he might be deaf in one ear. Best guess. But yeah, he's just the sweetest thing. And but Frank is more pushy and aggressive. Not a not a mean cat, but aggressive in a good way. He's very loving and very lovable. But when it's 6 a.m. and everybody else in the house is up, it's time for him to be fed, darn it, and he is going to stand at my door and cry until I open the door and come out and give them both their breakfast. So we're trying to shake him of that habit. And when he's in my lap and my hand stops petting him, he will reach out and grab my hand and pull it back in to continue the petting. That's yeah. His previous owners, who I believe passed away, that's how they ended up in the shelter, were probably just a little too, enabling of them. So, but still, they're so sweet. We're so glad we got them and adopted them. There's nothing like a pet energy in the house. There's just something. It relaxes you, lowers your blood pressure, puts you in a better mood more often than not. You guys are very quiet today. Anna's the only one who made any comments so far. Come on, liven up the discussion, people. I'm here to engage with you guys, in the words of a friend and fellow YouTuber. And also, as another nod to that same fellow YouTuber, ASMR. But yes, I don't know what else to talk about, which is why I kind of need you guys to spice up the old live chat thing here and give me some stuff to talk about. At the workplace, some workplace news, as specific as I care to get about my workplace, to my YouTube followers. They have finally lifted the mask mandate. For some reason, well, Oregon a couple weeks ago lifted all the last mandates. They were Oregon and Washington were, I think, the two last states to lift all COVID restrictions. But our employer still kept the mask mandate in effect until yesterday, I believe it was. So it's nice knowing that I'll be able to go back into work on Friday without having to wear a mask all day. But that has kept me, made me gotten used to it, because I will be on an airplane around the end of this month. So I'll need to wear it for 3-4 hours in a stretch anyway, so. The silver lining to that cloud. But yes, very much looking forward to my vacation. It'll be the first time I have flown in 6 years, since 2015. I went out to Pennsylvania, visited a friend back then. Never been out in that area of the country, so that was fun. I don't mind flying, it's kind of fun, but probably only because I don't do it all the time for business. I only do it for fun. I just hope my plane is free of any crazy people. The ones that you see on YouTube all the time. There is so much that I see on YouTube about these people. These human train wrecks, you know. It really makes me wonder how our species got to this point without wiping itself out. I'm serious. I mean, you have to wonder. But then you have to remember that that is the stuff you see on YouTube is very much the minority, very tiny, minuscule percentage of the people. It's just you see it on YouTube all the time, so it makes you think there's a huge bunch of them out there. So. But still, people can be wacko. And yes, I do still intend to launch my other YouTube channel at some point, eventually. Hopefully before the end of this year, but I think I said that about this time last year as well. So. It's just a matter of, and for that reason is one reason why I'm thinking about reducing my output level next year, is so that I can give myself time to actually launch this other channel. So you would get probably as much content from me, but on 2 different channels. Hopefully the other channel is a subject you might be interested in. And it would be Star Trek and other forms of geekery. As you can see, the Star Trek videos I have up here. Excuse me. And other forms of geek stuff. And not just DVDs. Comic books. I'm not much into comic books anymore. But there's, several different aspects of my possessions that I could probably talk about that would fit into the general geekery category. So. Ask me almost anything about Star Trek and I could probably answer it. It's kind of scary. And yes, one aspect of the Star Trek and other geekery would be music, because I do have a fair share of sci-fi related soundtrack CDs and stuff. So. In fact, I'm thinking that may be the easiest way to introduce my new channel, is to do it a music-based video on it. I know, it's so interesting watching me eat potato chips, isn't it? What else? I have so many CDs in my inbox that I haven't listened to yet. That it's just crazy. And you may get at least one more CD only special of a playlist video sometime in the foreseeable future before the end of the year, just so I can get all these this backlog of CD listening taken care of. I have some Aerosmith, several Aerosmith albums, several Lenny Kravitz albums. I found good lots on eBay of Lenny Kravitz and Aerosmith, so two artists I've been meaning to delve into a little bit more. And what else do I have? Oh, Crowded House. I bought some Crowded House CDs back when I was up in Portland last, and I still haven't listened to those. So, oh, and the Wallflowers. The fact that the Wallflowers just came out with a new album reminded me last month that I had been wanting, for years and years, I'd been wanting to check out the Wallflowers, and I just never gotten around to it. And so a friend of mine sent me one of their CDs for free, or was it one that I bought? I can't remember. But that kind of opened the Pandora's box of the Wallflowers, and I bought a couple of their other older albums, and I decided to go ahead and pick up their new one. I haven't listened to one or two of their older ones or the new one yet. So, and what else? Oh, Chris Isaak. Been meaning to check out Chris Isaak as well too, because I happened upon his Christmas album, which I thought was pretty cool, and it kind of has that throwback semi-rockabilly kind of sound, which I kind of like. So yeah, got those. Still have those to listen to, obviously. I think I know which one I will spotlight for my bargain bag, but I won't spoil which one it is. So some things I'm going to make you guys wait for. Like the, maybe this was what I was talking about when I opened the blinds. It would eventually come back to me. Another feature that I plan to start up next month, and it has to do with my vacation. So I hope to get the opportunity during the vacation to record that video, and it'll be a very special video. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but it'll be kind of an official kickoff or passing the baton, because it used to be a feature that was on a friend's YouTube channel. So, and I'm stealing the title of that feature from him, so shamelessly. So I figured I would legitimize my theft of the title of it by doing. I'm kind of spoiling the whole thing by doing a joint video. So. A collaborative video, not a joint video. Let's be clear. Noah, you were napping? That's no excuse. You call yourself a friend. Anyway, I hope you had a nice nap, Noah. Sleep can be very important. So I will not berate anyone for taking a nap if they need one. So yeah, I did have a couple of topics that I actually thought up beforehand that you'll be able to enjoy during the replay, Noah. But now I've exhausted those topics, so I have nothing to talk about. Do you have anything to talk about? Let's see. For dessert, upcoming spoiler alert, dark chocolate Oreo Thins, enlarged to show texture. I put a lot of chips on my plate, but then I can never get too many chips. I love the salt. I just crave the salt in potato chips. And I am still, as if I ever stop doing CD purges. Must have gotten rid of, I wouldn't be surprised if I've gotten rid of 60 or 70 or even maybe 80 CDs over the last month or so. That's been, excuse me, water break. I just realized, there are so many CDs that I don't listen to anymore. Plus the fact that I now have streaming accessible to me. It's like, why keep them? Especially if there's stuff that I listen to so rarely. Just stream it when I'm in the mood to listen to it. Oh, I love the filling in Oreos. That's why I get the Thins. I try desperately to ration my intake of that stuff. So, hey, double stuff. Hey, I do not mind double stuff at all. So, yeah. I don't know. I was about to say something that's going to spoil things, but I don't want to. I'm trying to keep some of this vacation stuff a surprise for you guys. So, but yeah, love double stuff Oreos. Just the fact that diabetes runs in my family, trying to take all these little steps that I can take to cut down on the sugar intake. What else do I have on deck to listen to in my ridiculously huge pile? That's probably one reason why I've gotten rid of so many CDs, is because I have such a backlog of not yet listened to CDs. I'm trying to see which. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, I've got that Faith Hill CD that I haven't listened to yet. Found it in the $1 section at Epic Seconds. Oh, and Miranda Lambert. I saw a show about her recently. She seemed interesting, and then just like a few days later, her album Kerosene was in the dollar section at Epic Seconds, so I picked it up. Still haven't listened to it yet. It's also one reason why I'm kind of, in a way, secretly hoping that I don't come home from my vacation with a whole lot of CDs. Because I've still got a week and a half to catch up on my listening before I come home with another bunch of CDs. That's something I was going to talk about. Drake Bell. I really liked Drake Bell. His music was just fantastic. But yeah, in the light of all the stuff that's happened with him recently, and it's not like I listen to any of his CDs avidly and regularly, but yeah, it's like, I don't think I can justify keeping his CDs in my collection. So yeah, I had 3, and yeah, they've all gotten the boot. So I have to wonder what he could have come up with after his last album, which was really good. Ready, Steady, Go. But yeah, for some guys, the temptation is just stronger than their morals, I guess. Of course, I can't, I don't know the guy, so I can't definitively pass judgment on that. But still, so yeah, Drake Bell, unfortunately, is going bye-bye. Well, at the same time, though, I could never get rid of my Michael Jackson CDs. But there's a big difference between Drake Bell and Michael Jackson. I grew up with Michael Jackson being, number one on every music chart, basically. And so it's like, in the 80s, I mean, it's like that was, Michael Jackson was the soundtrack of the 80s, period. So pretty much, I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe he was the first pop artist to really, truly break the color barrier. And, to the magnitude that he did. I mean, not just on the R&B charts, but on the pop charts. And, But yeah, his talent was unmistakable. So yeah. And then we could get into a whole huge discussion about separating the art from the artist. And yeah, it can apply different ways to different artists that we listen to. It can be very interesting. Oh, this is true. I might as well go all out, yeah. Because I might never get to certain parts of where I'm going at the end of this month again. You never know. Pigeons. Or are they doves? I can't remember. I think they're doves. Pigeons are more inner city, I think. Total guess. Anyway, birds is what they are. So anyway, yes, Oreos. I've only got 10 minutes, 11 minutes left until I have to sign off. But this was fun, even though it wasn't terribly active in the chat arena this time. It was still fun. I never underestimate the power of a live stream to boost my spirits. Thank you, guys. I got Laura Mvula's new CD in the mail today, so that'll be another one I have to listen to. You can almost certainly expect to hear about her in my next Spankin' Platters video, coming up at the end of September, the summer edition. I've always wondered if I should title those the seasons that that I post the videos in, rather than the seasons that just ended. But I think I've been doing it the right way, because for instance, my Spankin' Platters Spring Edition talked about the albums that were released during the spring. So, some people are going to think that it's, oh, he posted it late because it says spring and it's already summer. That's not the reason why I say it's spring. Oh, you shipped out the wedding invites today. Cool. I'll be looking forward to getting mine. All sorts of excitement coming up next year, huh? So yeah. Hmm. Excuse me. I decided to pick up a Buckwheat Zydeco CD. He is a Zydeco or Cajun artist. Never really delved into that genre before. About the only exposure I've had to Zydeco is Weird Al's song "My Baby's in Love with Eddie Vedder," which for some reason he did as a Zydeco song instead of as a grunge song, like with Eddie Vedder in the title. But, so yeah, that'll be an interesting thing. I've heard Buckwheat Zydeco is pretty much the preeminent Zydeco artist out there. And a Eurythmics CD, which I bought from a very, very good friend. And I've got a Smash Mouth CD to listen to still. And a Clapton. And Aerosmith, I already mentioned them. Oh, and I've still got a John Mellencamp CD I need to listen to. Out of the 3 that I bought online all at once, I've only listened to 2 of them yet. So. Actually, let me see if I can show you my backlog of CDs to listen to. There it is. In the rack and sitting on top of the rack. Yes. I could end up having 2 or 3 or 4 CD only specials of a playlist. Or hey, not like I couldn't put out 2 playlist videos in the same month, could I? Yeah. I know what you mean, no. Your completionism, OCD-ish stuff, yeah, that would be driving you up a wall. I keep telling myself I shouldn't buy so many CDs, but try stopping yourself from, am I right? Oh. And I'm going to be buying 3 more CDs this Friday at the House of Records. But 2 of them are new releases, which I have to buy them right away, right? So, John Mayer and Bare Naked Ladies. So. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Oh, I pulled 1 CD out of my Discogs inventory that I'm having second thoughts on. The other day I just went through my Discogs CDs there to see if there was anything that I'm really kind of thinking about changing my mind on. And this is the only one that really stuck out with me. BB Mac, you might have heard of these guys. They were back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. A pop group, basically. But they play their own instruments, do their own songs. More acoustic, softer acoustic-ish pop, rather than, the synth-driven, teen pop of NSYNC and stuff. So, yeah, good stuff. And, yeah, this album, just looking through the track listing, had a lot of good songs on it. Out of My Heart was a really good song for its genre, and one of the most clever songs, I thought. So, yeah, there are like 5 or 6 songs on this CD that I can remember just looking at the name of the song. I can remember the chorus going through my head. So I've got to listen to this one, give it one more try. So we'll see what happens with that one. Yeah, I look forward to hearing what you think of their new album. Have I even listened to any of the songs? Sometimes that's the thing with me. It's even if I haven't listened to any of the new singles off an album, if it's an artist that I've liked for long enough, I'll just reflexively buy the album. So, but yeah, I think I did hear of there. So, but yeah, what I was getting at, my point, and I do have one, is that their early stuff, to me, I enjoy much more than their more recent stuff. But yeah, that's one that I might have to keep an eye out on vacation and maybe buy for a friend if I find one of my favorite Bare Naked Ladies CDs. Surely my friend doesn't expect that I'm not going to buy any CDs at all for him on our record store visits, does he? I mean, be realistic. Anyway, so but I promise him I won't go hog wild and overwhelm him. So I'll do my best not to do that. But anyway, 4 minutes and it's going to be over. Gonna have to get back to work. Oh yeah, this has been fun. I already saw that coming. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I can't really think of much of anything else to talk about, and it's probably just as well because it's about time for me to sign off. Yes, I am working from home, of course. So I've got to try and stick as much as I can to that 1 hour for lunch. So. Yes, this was a good decision. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, that I woke up in a pretty lousy mood this morning. Was thinking about ditching the live stream, but decided to stick it out. So yeah, I'm glad you guys were helped me lift my spirits. As I say again, thanks guys for tuning in. It wasn't as lively a chat stream to respond to as it sometimes is, but still. Just as much fun, just knowing that some of you guys might be there watching even after the fact makes me like you guys. I like you guys so much. Anyway, let's blame the sugar rush of the Oreos for me acting that weird. So yes, thank you guys for taking part in this, either now or later. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope the weather in where you are is as pleasant as it is here. Yes, minus the fires. We're actually not getting any wildfire smoke right now, so which is a good thing. Last year we got more than enough of it, so with luck we will escape that this year. So, but yeah, hope your July is going well. I hope your weather is amicable, and I hope to see you guys again soon in my next live stream, in my next video, which is coming up on Friday. I plan to drop my next video. So yes, every 5 days through the end of the month will be a new video from me. So look forward to that. And thank you guys again so much for tuning in. And I hope you have a great rest of the week, rest of July, and see you guys later.